Hi Taurus, what is happening? We're just coming up to the full moon in Leo. Just doing this before the weekend gets cracking, but it's a 5 card spread right now. It is for the sign of Taurus, and I'm using this amazing deck. It's Anne Stokes Legends, and it's a brilliant deck. Links us back to ancient wisdom, very ancient wisdom. You can see butterfly goddess lady here riding astride the unicorn that's all decorated with flowers, and that's the energy we've got here. It's quite serious in many ways, but it is sort of off with the fairies in a positive way, in a magical kind of way, and the magic of the readings I've been doing with this is quite strong, so I'm sure it will be for you too, Taurus. Okay, so let's have a shuffle and see what's our first card. Here we go. It's the Two of Swords. Now then, the energy of this card tends to indicate confusion going on, because there's not just one decision going on, but there's either two decisions or there are two distinct directions, and you've got to choose which one is best for you to go in. It's really quite difficult to make those decisions, I know, but when this card comes up, things have to be decided, and you just have to go ahead and whatever happens, just stop prevaricating and get on with it. Get ahead, Taurus. The traditional image with this card in the Rider-Waite has the character blindfolded to show that, you know, there is information missing. It would be nice if you had more information, if you knew more, if things were clearer, but the fact is things just aren't clearer. Okay, I can see the head of the dragon just coming in around the top of the sword there, and yeah, it's a very, very bright image of the sword itself. So this is really something that's standing out in life, something that's really difficult to really get a grip on firmly. But you're going to have to decide something anyway, Taurus, and you are going to have to keep on moving. Okay, so the two discs in this card representing not just, you know, two different problems, but maybe two sides to one problem. Maybe two problems with two sides to each of them. It's really hard to know which way to go when that card comes in, but when that card comes in, you've got to go somewhere, because life is changed. There is no point hanging around. Okay, it's not the Hanged Man card, but still, you know, get on your bike is the advice, really. Get something done, Taurus, okay? The time for waiting and deciding and wondering is over. The time is right to actually get moving now. Okay, let's keep on moving and see what comes in next for Taurus. I'm going to have to keep this fairly short, guys. Battling with computer problems here. You can probably see this is a different camera setup again. I just can't seem to get long readings done, let alone upload them to YouTube. So anyway, never mind my problems. Let's talk about Taurus and what is the second card in this 5-card spread for Taurus, and it is number 17. It is the Star. Very, very contemplative here, and so I've just been telling you to get a move on, to stop just hanging around and contemplating, and now we get the Star, which has so much to do with contemplation. But the fact is, divine knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and dare I say spiritual power rests behind this card, Taurus, and as it's come up, that's the only thing to stop and wait for, and you won't be waiting long, because the energy of this kind of thing, when it's the angels involved, when it's the divine involved, is nearly always the energy of the moment. It might not come through until the last second when you've almost given up. So don't give up, Taurus. That's really, really important, okay? Because the energy of the moment will be right and it will come in. Really do some kind of meditative practice. That's the thing. Be the hermit a little bit. Go into yourself. And when you're in there, you will actually become aware of all those parts of you that link up with the divine. And we'll do a chakra card at the end of this reading when we've got all the 5 cards out and gone through them all, and we'll really see how we are linking up through our chakras to the divine energy, which is in charge of everything. Okay, so now then, card number 3 is going to be the heart of the matter, and what will it be, I wonder? Let's have a look. Okay, nearly spilt everything there. Okay, and it's the 7 of Wands. Now then, Wands, getting things done, really practical, and this is great because we've gone from the sword energy with the 2 of Swords there into the Wands level, and this is about really getting things done. It's fire sign energy, by the way, Leo, Sagittarius and Aries around you or in your charts. Those energies, in any case, As I'm always saying, get a birth chart done if you haven't had one done yet, because when you're looking at tarot readings by star sign, it is really good to know. I mean, yourselves, Taurus, it's earth signs with you, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and your suit actually is the suit of Pentacles, which we haven't got here, but there is something very personal going on here. So where are Leo, Sag and Aries in terms of you, in terms of your journey? That is really what you've got to think about. That's something I can't tell you, that's just what's got to be contemplated. But Seven of Wands is great, okay? It's the Eight of Wands that's the fastest flowing energy with all this, but the Seven of Wands is a real feeling of nearly there. Now, this being the middle card of the spread is the heart of the matter. So I'm not surprised you've been waiting around with the Two of Swords energy that came in. And I'm not surprised if you feel you've really got to stop prevaricating and making a decision. I'm certainly not at all surprised that you're reluctant to rush that decision, because this says things are nearly right here. There's that it can be a frustrating feeling, really. Everything's nearly right, but it's not quite right yet, is it? It's a bit like when you kind of, you know, you'd like life to be better, and you think about like the starving people in Africa, and you know all the sort of children who are going around the world as refugees at the moment, people dying of this, that, and the other, and you think, well, really, I'm lucky, but you know, you don't feel all that lucky, because the journey is underway, things are happening, and something stalled it, something stopped it. But Seven of Wands says you're doing really well, and because we've had the star there already, we know that the cosmic impetus is behind you, and we know that the journey is going to be forging ahead. Absolutely no doubt about that, Taurus. Okay, so Two of Swords then, that's air sign energy around you right at the beginning of this. One of which, of course, is Gemini. It's Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. And the Gemini energy is going to be quite a thing because, you know, this is a 5-card spread, but it's not just progress. It's kind of a horseshoe of all the influences that are going on at the moment. So take that into account, whatever you do. Okay, so let's move forward and see where we're actually going, because now we're moving out into the future a bit as we come to card 4 of this 5-card spread for the sign of Taurus, which I'm doing in February 2020, but the best time to watch this video is right now when you're watching it. That's what it's all about. It's the energy of the moment again. Do subscribe, tap the bell to get all notifications, and check out my channel, guys, because there are about there's over 600 readings on there now. And if you're drawn to one, doesn't matter if it's not your star sign, if you're drawn to one, it'll take you somewhere, it'll mean something to you, because that is how the energy works. Anyway, enough of that. Let's turn over card number 4. Okay, and it's the 9 of Pentacles. There it is. So we're in that zone of things nearly being right, nearly being complete, but not quite, and a little bit of a push. In fact, quite a lot of a push might be needed to get forward. So what's holding you back? Well, this is being a Pentacles card. It's an earth sign card, so it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, certainly very close to you. Excuse me, very close to you. And very personal to you. But you see the 5 points of the pentacle there, they represent earth, wind, fire and water, all working together under the guidance of the divine, which is what the top point is all about. And you are pretty much at the center of this. Let me just see. Yes, there's a butterfly. Can you see it? Right in the middle of this card there's a butterfly. And that essentially is you, or at least it's your plans, it's your spiritual self, it's your spiritual journey, and it's very well protected in the middle of that pentacle, maybe overprotected, because with the 9 of Pentacles things are looking so good, but any sense of incompleteness, any sense of not knowing which way to go next has a lot to do with the need to look back a bit. Have you left people behind? You can actually get into a situation where you're doing really well, but you're out there away from the rest of the world and the universe, and you just kind of although you've got success, something isn't right with the success. Something just isn't present there. And the chances are you've left something behind, or maybe left someone behind, Taurus. So do look back at this point, okay? That is a great thing for YouTubers, actually. because we end up spending all our time making videos. There's something like 500 hours of video uploaded every minute to YouTube. It would take you 82 years, right, to watch all the videos that have been uploaded to YouTube today. I'm very glad you've chosen mine, by the way. Thanks. I really need people to do that. But what I'm saying really is it takes up a great deal of life just to do these short things. And it's something that the rest of the world doesn't really understand. I mean, a lot of people who never do YouTube just think, well, surely you just like make a video and you get loads of money coming through the post. And that is really not the case. I'm sure if people stop and think, they wouldn't think it was. But as I get a little bit more success with YouTube every week, and I'm very grateful for that, by the way. Thanks everyone who watches and thumbs things up and leaves me comments. As I get that little bit more success every week, I'm a little bit further away from my circle of friends in real life. So occasionally I will actually give time to that and give attention to that. And I'd probably have a much bigger channel by now if I didn't. But the real important thing is to be happy in life. I mean, that's the only point in doing the work. And that's the only point in shooting for things we want to do. Which is a very convoluted and roundabout way of saying Nine of Pentacles. Are you bringing everyone with you? Have you got everything going for you that you need to have going for you? Before the last big push into success, Taurus, think about that. Just look back a little bit. Ask, are you happy with everything you've done? Are you comfortable with the position you're in now? Because if not, there's no point getting all the way to the finishing line if you're not ready. Okay, so think about that and look back with the Nine of Pentacles there. Now then, this leads us towards the outcome card, which is card number 5. I will do another couple of cards for some more significance to just get a little bit more information of what's going on here in just a moment. But first of all, let's come to the last card of the 5-card spread. And here we are. It is number 14 and it's Temperance. So energetically, it's very close to you. Again, Temperance, that card is actually Sagittarian energy. And you know what that means, guys. It's, excuse me, as much as anything, it's, what is it, fire sign energy, which would normally go with the Wand suit. And that was the heart of the matter, wasn't it? The 7 of Wands. And the Sagittarian way is kind of great openness and great willingness to make progress, but springing back from it from time to time. And that can hold you up, that can get things out of the way. But as we were just looking at the Nine of Pentacles there, we do need to stop and think. So that is actually a very positive aspect of this card. This lady, this angel you might say, has got her wings folded up. She could fly away, but she's actually hanging around at the moment because she's got this great big pot of gleaming gold there. And so where you are at the moment, Taurus, ought to be a fairly blessed situation, or at least where you're heading to. There's a lot of gold there, and it's gold around the heart. It's spiritual gold rather than little coins in the bag that someone will mug you for. This is actual true gold. This is actually what it's all about. Major Arcana energy, so close to the heart. It's a very purple card, lots of healing indicated in it, and that could be the answer to the Nine of Pentacles thing. In fact, it could be the answer to the whole thing. But the Nine of Pentacles here in position number 4 is telling you to kind of look back a bit and make sure that you're going in the direction you want to go in, not just the direction that you've been shoved into, the direction you want to go in. Because, coming back to Temperance, it's your heart that needs to be the heart of gold. Your heart is a heart of gold, Taurus, that's a fact. You just need to let that gold shine, and you don't want things getting in the way of it, okay? So then looking right back to the beginning in the Two of Swords there, well, we've got to start moving, we've got to keep things flowing, got to keep the energy flowing. Energy is like a conveyor belt, it's flowing all the time. And you'll get to the abundance a lot quicker if you keep up with that flow, if you go along with that flow all the time, really all the time. Don't stop, never stop. But do pause and look back and think, am I right? Am I going the right way? And am I happy? That's the most important question. Okay, let's pop Alan Stokes Legends deck down for a minute. And I'm going to bring out Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light here, which is a Hay House deck. I really like Hay House decks, actually. They're Some people criticise them because it is a very commercial organisation, House, of course, as we've seen. And if you discovered me through my Doreen Virtue, More Money and Christianity video, you'll know where I'm coming from on that. But, you know, for anything to succeed at all in this world, there's a financial aspect to it, and it tends to be the people who've got the most money behind things that tend to get things done at the moment. And I could complain about that a lot, except to say I am sure, actually, I trust in the Creator Spirit, and I hope everyone else does, that the energy that's around and the way things are the way they're meant to be, and the energy that it's meant to be as well. Okay, it might not be perfect, we might want to keep on moving on, but we are in the situation we're in now because that's what's been indicated, and that really is where we've been put by the great Creator. Okay, so Anne Stokes legend, no. Kyle Grace, Keepers of the Light, tell us some more about these Anne Stokes Legends cards that I've pulled for the sign of Taurus today. And what have we got? Lord Shiva, Transcendence. Okay, so now that really puts that sheds some light on it. That's what it does. Really sheds some light on it. Now we can see the crescent moon over Shiva's head there. So there is always that danger of a false light, like we get with the moon card in the major arcana. It didn't come up this time, but it's come up with Lord Shiva here. So are you getting the right advice? You know, are you actually are you being your own advisor in the best way possible? Maybe you need to put that one to one side, because we can get bogged down in concerns about things, and transcendence is about rising above it and being able to keep moving in that way. It says, rise up, honour your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. So there you go, the steps are being given, things are working, the wind is blowing my background and my dream catcher, but that's nothing better than nature, is it really? So can't ask for more than that. Dance with the universe, okay? Whatever's going on is going on for a reason. That's why it's difficult to make that Two of Swords decision. That's why you need to consult yourself and consult the gods with the star. That's why with the Seven of Wands things are nearly in place but not quite. That's why with the Nine of Pentacles you've got to stop and look back. And that again is why with Temperance here you got to focus on the gold at the centre of your heart. Doesn't show up too well on camera, but that's like a golden globe there, and I don't mean the awards. It's just a globe. It's a whole world of goodness, really, which is what we live in. It doesn't always feel like it, but it's what we live in. So you've got to just transcend the grimness and the the darkness of reality as it tends to express itself in our lives here, and go along with Lord Shiva. Transcend it. Dance with the universe, and as well, rise up, honour your inner force. Steps are being given, it says. Okay, so the information's coming in. It's not a thing to worry about. It's not a thing to get concerned about in any way. And I did say I would do a chakra card as well, so I will. And this will give us some guidance, Taurus, as to how our inner mind, our inner heart, the heart mind, if you will, because the heart can think, it actually genuinely can. It's been proved by science. Is the heart mind kind of really tying up with the truth of the universe? And if not, where does the problem lie? We will find out. I better don't get a heart chakra card now, but you never know. This is Rachel Charman. Chakra reading cards, which it's a wonderful deck actually. You can get it on Amazon if you like, and I haven't got an affiliate link because I don't make any money out of this. That is truly what I think. And the card I've turned over is Inner Child actually, which I brought up in another reading yesterday, but I'm going to give it out again because this is the one that came. Now this has a lot to do with lower heart chakra energy being green. It also has a great deal to do with healing, and it plays into the Transcendence card. In fact, it plays into all the cards I've drawn in this reading, because that inner child really knows the truth, you know. It's such an innocent vision of the world when you get down to the inner child, but that's what excuse me, that's what's driving us all. That's what can cause blockages in energy, really, you know. And I'm minded to pull another one. I can barely talk, but I am minded to draw another one. And We've got that emerald green lower heart chakra colour again, and it's love. Okay, and we can see two distinct sides to love there coming together as if they were two serpents, but really it's all the same light pattern. And that is the illusion of trying to make anything happen in this life and in this world, Taurus. It always feels like, you know, we are on one side and the universe is on the other side, and how do we get it to work with us? Well, how we get it to work with us is just seeing it like that. There are definitely two sides to the heart, but it is the same heart, and the heart of the universe is very closely in tune with the one you've got in here. So let meditation guide you, Taurus. That really is the answer. That is the overall thing, and I think that's what I'm going to call this video in its title. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Subscribe, tap the bell, make sure you don't miss anything, etc, etc, because YouTube doesn't always give you all the notifications even when you ask for them. Leave me a comment, guys. It's great to get dialed into who I'm talking to here. Makes my meditations more effective when I'm preparing to do the readings, and it helps me do a better job for you, really. So leave me a comment, tell me who you are, please. It'd be great to know. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace. Da, da, da.